Hello everyone and welcome to a demonstration of the Overkill bug. Now this is a thing that a lot of people don't even know about, so I figured, you know what, I'm gonna make a video about it. I briefly mentioned it during one of my recent free-to-play videos and a lot of people didn't even know about it then, so I decided, you know what, this deserves its own proper highlight because it can actually be very important to know this. So, you know, you might actually change what cards you're gonna choose in battle depending on, you know, your damage, I suppose. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm bringing with me two Nobukatsus with K-scopes, just so I can skip all attacks on turn 1 basically. There's no other reason. Like, your setup doesn't really matter. This is just a setup for me to basically guaranteed 100% sure I can show you exactly how this thing works. But once you understand how it works, you can hopefully put it to good use in battles. So let's just jump right into battle here and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Now, here we go. We are in battle, right? First of all, I'm not going to press any buttons, no master skills, no servant skills, no nothing. We're going to skip all the cards by using double Nobukatsu MP and then one of their face cards because obviously they get sacrificed, so, you know, the face card is skipped. So here we go. Let this happen. It's very cruel, but, you know, for the purposes of this demonstration, you know, just to, you know, have a guaranteed way of demonstrating what I mean here, you know, it has to be done. Apologies, Nobukatsus. And there we go, 2 MPs done, and now the face card is skipped. So I did 0 attacks that turn. There we go. Again, also for those wondering, that's how you make 0 attacks in one turn. Not that you might never need that information, but there you go. So before I show you what I mean here, okay, most people, well, maybe not most, but a lot of people probably think that overkill, it happens when you hit an enemy that's basically 0 HP. It can be either them dying after that or you breaking one of their HP bars, right? That is considered overkill because at that point there is no HP left. All of your hits are hitting nothing, right? So what the game does is it enables overkill for you to get something out of it instead. And this something is gains, obviously. While it might not be that visible on buster cards, obviously, unless you lead with arts and you have multi-hitter busters, you will definitely see an increase in both star generation and, importantly as well, MP generation from your quick and arts cards. Even more so if you crit, of course. I'm sure everyone knows about this, so, you know, big overkill arts crits can result in tremendous MP gauge. Now, again, a lot of people think that's the only way you can get overkill, right? Because, you know, that's what the name implies. You hit someone who's dead. And you might think that, of course, but that is not actually the only way to get overkill in this game, believe it or not. That's where this overkill bug comes into play. So, how the bug works is that if a card of yours can be MP, can even be a face card, okay? Any card that does 50% or more of the target's current HP in damage, what happens is that all the cards that follow after that will be counted as overkill hits. Now the game won't display the overkill text or anything like that until you actually hit 0 HP, but believe me, your cards will still be benefiting from overkill bonus anyway. So to demonstrate what I mean here, let's do a little test here. So again, all I have on me right now are damage buffs. 2 buster buffs from the Nobukatsus that sacrifice themselves, and my CE is a first sunrise that only gives me starting gauge and buster up, right? None of that affects MP gain whatsoever. They're literally there to make my buster cards deal more damage. Well, I guess maybe even gain more if I start with an arts card, but for the purposes of this demonstration, that is not relevant, okay? So, okay, just so we get that out there. Now, let me do an example chain here. We'll do a BAB chain. Now, I'm starting with, as you can see, a 120% MP gauge, so I'm already up top, but again, just you can imagine that number to be anything, basically, because, you know, your gains are unaffected by how low or how high your gauge might be. So we're starting from 128%, again, keep that in mind. And I want you to pay close attention to how much I get from this one arts card I choose, okay? So we go BAB, right? Simple as that. We'll even slow-mo this so you can follow easier. So again, 128%. Let's see, how much do we get from this one arts card? We go to 140%. So what did we gain? 12%, right? Okay, so now with that in mind, let me reset the game. Okay, we're back. Again, this is the exact same setup, the exact same turn. Let me improve it to you. Again, same 2 buffs right here. same CE as you can see. Everything is the same. I did not cheat, okay? This is the exact same scenario. Now, the only difference I'm going to make now is I'm going to press his first skill, right? There we go. Again, this only adds damage. I got another Buster buff and a Wild Beast and Demonic damage modifier, which I don't think even applies here, but even if it did, it would only add damage, right? So irrelevant for the MP gain of this example right here. And then let me use my Mystic Code, and this one is only an attack buff, okay? Again, doesn't affect your gains, so let me give this to him as well. Now, I want you to pay close attention again, because we're starting from the same 128%, and I'm going to do the exact same chain here, okay? So just let's see how much this arts card generates now. You would assume it does the exact same thing, right? Because, you know, I'm not going to be hitting 0 HP, right? There's no overkill. So let's see what happens. Last time we ended at 140%. So now, with these buffs in mind, let's see. The target is not at 0 HP, and won't you look at that? That is 147%. That is a whopping 7% more than previously, despite no overkill hits on the arts card, right? And again, the only buffs I added were damage, and with this chain they would have no effect on the MP gain whatsoever. But the key difference is, because the first card used to only do less than half of the target's current HP and damage, you know, my next card was not considered overkill. But now, this time, when I added more damage, my first card the Buster card did do enough damage to do over half of the target's current HP, meaning that the overkill bug was put into effect right after. So that means the arts card was generating overkill hits despite not actually hitting a 0 HP target. So there you go. There's full proof that, you know, the overkill bug exists, and it is an actual thing. Now, obviously, you can make it even better if you get crits and whatnot, because, you know, overkill arts crits are pretty insane for crits, especially on some servants. And this is why sometimes you might see, you know, even before mighty chains were added, right, where you can get, you know, where your rainbow chains are great, of course. Even before this, you might actually go with, let's say, a BAA chain instead of a triple arch chain on your servant. If, let's say, a hypothetical scenario is where your Buster, the first Buster card, would do more than half of the target's current HP, meaning both of your arts cards afterwards would be considered overkill, that could potentially lead to more gains and damage than a full triple arch chain, even accounting for the 20% you would get from selecting an arch chain, right? So it really depends on the scenario and servant and potential crits, etc., of course. So you'll have to get a feel for this stuff, but at least now you guys know that this exists. Also, before I wrap this up, it's worth noting that MPs actually do not benefit from Overkill Bug. They, however, can give you more refund from, you know, like arts and quick MPs if you hit more Overkill, of course. So, you know, just from actually hitting Overkill, you can get more refund. So MP levels and more damage buffs, etc. can still be, you know, equaling more refund, of course. But the bug does not work because, one, it doesn't work inside the card itself. Like, let's say, like in my example, I use Super Orion, of course, and he had a one-hit Buster. But let's say I would start the thing with like a 5-hit arts card, right? And that would somehow do more than half of the target's HP. Even if the first 4 hits of that card would get there and the last hit would be already at, you know, doing more than enough damage, the card itself would still not be getting that overkill bug. It's like instance specific, you know, it would be after the card. Like all the hits from the MP are still considered one card, right? So I'm pretty sure that's how that works. So MPs themselves do not benefit from overkill bonus. But again, you can hit actual overkill with MPs for more gains anyway. So there's that. But there you go. Experiment. Have fun with the overkill bug. It's a good thing to be wary of for sure. Especially again if you land those crits with the bonus active. Very, very nice. Now, if you enjoyed this video, do me a solid and press the thumbs up button on it, of course. It really helps out, especially if you had no idea that this thing even existed. Also, do make sure not to miss out on future videos by subscribing to the channel. Got lots of fun uploads planned on the way, as always. So, hey, with that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. and hope to see you in the next video. Take care and bye bye.